Check out my 4 predictions for the 2023 real estate market. You're definitely going to want to watch this one. We are in prediction season. It's the end of the year. Everyone looks back on what happened. I'm a big believer in looking forward, and I wanted to share with everyone who watches and follows and tunes in and our client base and our customer base 4 things I'm clear are going to happen in 2023. And this is based on a lot of research, a lot of data, studying people like Lawrence Yun, the chief economist for NAR, Barry Habib, one of the biggest mortgage predictors out there, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, Ivy Zellman, Keeping Current Matters, Housing Wire, Inman News, all these places that I read and I stay in touch with. These are my predictions based on what the experts are saying. And the funny thing about this is if you look at these predictions, people are a little all over the map and nobody really knows. So some of these could definitely be wrong. This is my best anticipation of the market as we head into 2023. So the first one, rates will drop below 6% and stay there in 2023. We've already seen inflation data cool. The consumer price index is coming in lower than expected with its year-over-year numbers, meaning that the cost of goods, which is what the consumer price index defines, they're coming down a little bit. And that's been the biggest target from the Fed, and that's going to affect their rate hike policy as we head into 2023. We've already seen 5% rates, 5.875, 5.75% after rates jumped up as high as mid-sevens earlier in the year. I'm clear rates will stay there based on the way the markets are reacting to the Fed's policy decisions and the inflation data. That's prediction number 1. Prediction number 2, in our marketplace in the greater Philadelphia area, we will see prices rise anywhere from 1 to 3% year over year. A lot of people are saying prices are going to come down, home prices are going to decline, and I don't see enough inventory available for that to happen locally. We're coming off a 1.5 month supply through the month of November in Chester, Montgomery, Delaware counties. Philadelphia has a much higher supply and also has many more diverse neighborhoods than what you get out in the suburbs. Until inventory rises significantly, prices aren't going to go down. It's just simple supply and demand. So I don't see that happening. We're still seeing folks get great prices for their home, incredible numbers. They're still selling for a little more than what they were maybe 6 months ago. So I do not see prices coming down. I see moderate appreciation, normal appreciation, not that incredible 10, 12% year over year jump we saw in home values in 2020 and 2021. Prediction number 3, the list to sales price ratios for homes will come back to the historical norm. So all year, if you look at the year-over-year numbers, in the suburban markets, we saw homes on average sell above the asking price, 101, 102%. That is not sustainable. And what we've seen towards the end of this year is a return to like the 97 to 99% of the asking price numbers. And historically, 94 to 96% is where homes sell for when they're priced right. And that dates back to my 21 years in the business, all the way back to 2001. So I see that being the norm in 2023. So if you're a seller, I highly recommend pricing your home right where you think it's going to sell for and be aware of those segments in the market. That's prediction number 3. And prediction number 4, less homes will sell in 2023. This is not that big of a shocker. What we've seen is that in 2021, we saw the most number of homes sell ever. In 2022, we saw a pretty significant decline. You can go back to previous episodes to get the exact numbers. I'm clear, given the current mortgage rates that most people have, 64% of homeowners have a 4 as the first digit in their mortgage rate, those folks are going to be hard-pressed to make a move. The baby boomer generation that has a 3% rate and is really happy in their home, or someone that has a 4% rate, they might be more apt to get a personal loan, add on to their property, modify it, because the cost of doing that could be cheaper, depending on the economics, there's a lot of variables there, than it would be to make a move. So the folks that are locked in with these 4% and lower rates are going to be more likely to stay in their homes. That's not going to be something that's changing, and that's why prediction number 1 is so important. because if rates come down into the 5% range, it's going to keep demand at a high level, and it's also going to give those folks that absolutely have to make a move, whether it's a job relocation, whether it's they need a bigger house and they can't add on, they're not able to, maybe they're in a townhome, they need to go to a single, those super motivated buyers and sellers, because they have to sell a home, that's what we're talking about here with inventory, they're going to make the move because they can deal with a 5% rate. When you're going to 6 or even 7 like we saw earlier in the year, that's one of the reasons why the market slowed down like it did in that July to October, November timeframe. So those are my 4 predictions. I'd love to see in the comments what you think is going to happen. And here's what I know. No matter what rates do or what prices do, there are going to be people that move. And if they're serious about moving, whether it's an estate, it's a divorce, it's a job relocation, it's a first-time home buyer looking to buy their first home and get out of a rental, there's going to be opportunity in the marketplace. The important thing is get the facts around what's actually going on and don't follow these clickbait headlines that are really sensational because they're not going to give you the right information. Now more than ever, it is critical you talk with a local agent who understands the marketplace and can give you actual facts about what's happening. So I'd love to see what your comments are about what you think is going to happen in 2023. And we'll keep the information coming every single week. You're definitely going to want to watch this one.